Morning. We're going to start with our feet long, legs long, our band behind our arches, our band crossed, and we're going to take an inhale to exhale. Hello, Jean. And we're going to pull. I'm going to turn so I can see you, and you can see me. Your elbows are going past your rib cage. Your shoulders and chest are open. I'm going to do some just to get everybody time to get settled. That's it. And you are sitting up tall. If it's hard to sit up tall, just sit on a roller or sit on a pillow. I'm going to put this band lower than the fifth metatarsal styloid process. There's a bone right there on the side of your foot that probably feels uncomfortable if you have the band over it, so you can be just below that or above that. You don't want anything in the feet to hurt. Okay, now we're all together. We're going to take that 20. So when you do this, you're also practicing posture. Your neck is long, your shoulder blades are down the back. And exhale. I see a puppy dog tail. All right. We're going to take 10 and 9. Good. And 8. So because you're pretty strong in the back, you may have to choke up more on the band. This is a strong area. And we're going to take 5. It's a big muscle, the lat. 4, but we're also working biceps and rear shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to take the end of your bands and either the Dynaband or this handle, and you're going to keep the elbows by your side. And when you do that, your elbows are glued like you have a piece of tape or a washcloth underneath your elbow to your ribs, but you're also opening up your forearm. This is really important for shoulder health. Good. And then see if your elbows will glue just a little bit more, Jean. Will they touch your rib? Yep, touch your rib. There you go. And then look at your wrist and see if you can keep them pretty neutral or straight. So it's going to be a lift in your spine, elbows glued, and forearms opening. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to open up now. Do you see how I'm almost like a circle with my arms? Open up. Open up. Exhale. Exhale. You got it. All right, hold that 10 more times. This is rear deltoid. 9, lifting up through your waist. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And what we'll do is just take a little moment to shake it out. Let your feet go together and let your just relax your shoulders and your neck, your inner thighs. You could press down with your elbows if you need more, but just take a moment to release any tension for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, beautiful, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. Come back, go out long with your knees again. So that gives your posture muscles a little break. Now you're gonna take the bands at the far end, most likely. You're gonna do a little X. One arm goes low and one arm goes high. And you pull both arms towards the rear. Both arms towards the rear. Exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Cross the band again. Take the band in your hands kind of close to your feet. Now you're going to pull one side and rotate. And then you're going to pull one side and rotate. Exhale, pull. Now, when you do this, you're still working your back and your back shoulder like we did earlier and your bicep, but you're also going to feel your torso rotate at the upper part. It's called the thoracic spine. That's the part that keeps us from getting rounded forward. So see if you can even out how far you're rotating left. Just kind of notice. How far are you rotating right? And I'm a little bit tighter right. So see if you are, and you just give a little bit of extra attention if you have to. So I had to give it a little more attention, and I could go half an inch more to even it out. Sometimes that can happen just from a sport you've played where you have a stronger rotational pattern one way. It can be from an occupation. Almost all of my dentists have one side really tight where they've been reaching towards the tools. So just take my dentist clients to just take a moment to notice what your tendencies are and see if you can even it out while you're working. Now we're going to do 4 more. 4. And you see, I have to slow down. 3 to be conscious in that effort. Also, if you're just standing, notice if you're kind of like rotated to one side. Sometimes there's just, it's called resting fascial patterns. Now even it up again and take 10. Now you want to feel pretty even here. Both sit bones are equal. Your shoulders are both straight ahead. Your ribs are straight ahead. You're not rotating to one side. And exhale. And exhale. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit of a release here. Go up with your inhale and forward with your exhale. And if you reach your toes, great. If you don't worry. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. And 5. And 4. And 3. 2. And 1. And if you need to sit, grab it. We're going to do a little bit of a bicep curl with an ab crunch. Your legs are long. You're rolling down, and your palms have the end of the ropes, the straps. Bend your elbows. There you go. Now, you can lean back further if you want a little bit more abs and if you want it harder. Now, you could also make it harder by lifting up your upper arm. Yeah, lift up your upper arm. Now, even though you're lifting your arm, your neck is free and clear. Yep, biceps, kind of like you're picking up something heavy. These are the carrying muscles. All right, belly in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then take a moment. Good, and now this is just going to be a gentle roll back. You're barely using the arms. Inhale and exhale. You're going to feel your abs. So you just use, this is for your abs. You're barely using this. It's so limp. And inhale. If your low back feels tight at all, just bend your knees a little. And we're working our abs. And lower. Now, the thing I like about this is you don't feel your neck so much. So you only go back as low as you may feel a little tone, but you don't feel strain on the rollbacks. Inhale. Now keep a light touch. Go down the right a little bit and come up the left around the world. Go down the left and up the right. I'm going to move away from that wall. Go down the right. Exhale up the left. Go down the left. All right, let's go down the right. And then down the left. All right, we're going to do 4 more. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And now you're going to go right down the middle and do go back to your bicep curls again. So exhale, pull. 1, 2. Belly pulls in. If you look at your belly, it's scooped in. Your legs could be squeezing towards each other gently. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, Now bonus, see if you can take 5 more for 20, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Come back up. Good. Now we're going to take a little reprieve. If you need to sit, go ahead. We're going to take the legs out. So we're sneaking in some releasing of tension along with the muscle contraction. So going right down the middle is going to make you feel more inner thighs. Yep, go out as wide as you need in your legs, and you may wiggle into it, relax your neck. Good. And we'll hold for 10. Now you may feel like you can go deeper. You're not forcing anything. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, gently come back up. Good. And if you need a sip, grab a sip. Sit any way you want to. We're going to do a little chest. Let me show you how I'm going to sit just to mix it up. But you can sit any way you want that lets you be upright. Now the band is going to be behind. Okay. Exhale, push the band. Good. And you can see I needed to plug in. So there it is. 2. And exhale. 3. Good. And this, if you're sitting like this, looks like you are, then that's 3 of the quads that are getting stretched and the top of the shin. So it's a good little passive stretch. But if you have any trouble and you need to sit in a chair or stand up, that's fine. Your palms are up, which is going to help open up the shoulder. Your neck is long. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. Good. Exhale and inhale. And 6 and 5. Very good. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now release your strap just for a moment. Take your fingers, interlace them at the low back, lift your arms and feel that shoulder chest stretch. And I want you to notice it's so easy to poke the head forward here. You can call that vulture neck or forward head syndrome, but you're going to keep your ear in line with the shoulder as you add on this chest shoulder stretch. This is so important for posture. 5, and then you're training your head where you want it to be. 3, 2, and on the 1, let go. Now I'm going to tilt my screen up because I want to show you a higher hand position. Take your band behind you, one hand. Now one hand's going to anchor you at the low back. Anchor the band. All right, so as you exhale, push up. Inhale. Now on the first 1 or 2, you may decide I need more band or I need less band. 3. Notice how my neck is long. 4. Good. 5. Beautiful. 6, this is the catching muscle, the muscle that catches you if you do fall. 7, it also helps you get out of low chairs. 8, it's an area where a lot of people store excess flesh. 9 and 10, so we do like to work this muscle every single time. 11, and I like how you're lengthening your elbow. 12, good, Betty. And 13, and you notice how you're keeping your ear in line with your shoulder from the side view. 14. Now I'm going to have a bonus of 5 more if your arm is up for it. Take 16, take 17, take 18, take 19, exhale, and 20. That right arm should be feeling fatigued, warm, and just shake it out, get it some blood flow because it is above our head. And take your other hand behind you. Your other hand is your anchor at your lower spine. And notice how I've got a head retraction here. So it's like somebody put stinky cheese up to your nose and you pull your head straight back. The jawline is parallel to the floor. Ear in line with the shoulder. That's going to help train that head, train that neck where we want it to be in space so that we don't get forward head syndrome. That head, if it's an inch forward of the spine, it creates about 12 pounds of extra pressure on the neck and about 32 pounds of extra pressure on the low back. So we want to help train the head where we want it in space during our exercise sessions so that it's easier to find that baseline when you're out in the world doing your other task. You're setting a subconscious program for your fascia. You're telling your muscles where you want them to be. Same with your posture muscles right here. The ribs are over the pelvis, not shifted right or left. That looks great. Yeah, do the best you can. Legs get tired, right? Up, wrist is pretty straight. Breathing into the high ribs. Let's take 5 more. Exhale, inhale. I like how you're controlling it on the way down. You're not just letting the band win or gravity win. Take 2 more. The muscles are burning. Exhale, 1 more, and now lower that band. And I'm going to show you a couple things. I'm going to sit up so you see that you can get circulation. Your tricep stretch looks like this. Your hand to your elbow, and then, oh, that feels so good. It's like your face is a frame, your picture, and your arms are your frame. Inhale, and as you exhale, go up and over, kind of like someone's pulling your arm out of your spine out of your pelvis. Beautiful. 5, and then breathe into that side. 4, 3, gorgeous. 2, and then inhale, we're going to switch sides. At first, we're vertical. Our hand is helping our elbow. Pat yourself on the back. Woo, that one's sore. Breathing. Breathe high in that rib cage. This is, that deliberate breath helps keep that fascia healthy, springy, like a trampoline, as opposed to tight and rigid like the tin soldier. Go up and over. Breathing. And sometimes you can tell one side's tighter. So I'm right arm dominant. My right lat is often tighter. So just see what you feel. And then on the exhale, let your hands come behind you. Interlace those fingers. If you can, put a stamp or a penny between your palms and hold on to the penny so that your palms actually touch each other. And then lift up. That's just an imagination cue. So your palms are touching each other. Lift up your arms. Keep your ear in line with your shoulder. 5. This is a stretch you can do anytime during the day. 4, 3, 2. While we're here, this is called the cow face. One elbow goes up, and if you can, clasp your fingers behind your upper middle back. If you need to, use your strap or your band. And you notice how I'm still keeping that ear in line with the shoulder all the time. I'm just training my head where I want it to be in space during our exercise so that during the day it finds a homeostasis or a home base a little easier. And when you deviate, it recognizes that even at a subconscious level and gently corrects. So if you're ever stopped at a stoplight and you look over at the person next to you and they're kind of rounded and head forward, it's a little soft reminder to bring your body back into this alignment. Let's go to the other side. Your elbow is up, your fingertips are wrapped. Lift up through your spine. Gorgeous. And then breathe into any areas that need it. For example, the upper rib cage. It's like you're putting light in a dark attic, just giving light to all the areas in the ribs and the lungs. And that helps keep that area flexible and pliant. And so when you keep your respiratory muscles, your primary and your secondary respiratory muscles pliant and springy and healthy, energy is better during the day just from not having that resistance from breath. Inhale and then exhale. Now all we're going to do is let that go. This is a Tai Chi move or a Qigong move. So basically it's like your arms are drying in the wind and on a clothesline, and the arms are just sort of flapping. Circular. 4, letting go of residual tension. 2, shaking it out. And 1, perfect. Now I'm going to have a seat back on my shins. If you need a sip, grab one. I am. And we're going to take an overhead pull down with the band. Whoops, I went a little too low on that camera view. Here we go. Arms overhead. Now your exhale is going to pull the band in front of your nose to your chest, probably where you would wear a necklace. Bring it back up. So I can tell by the first one I made it too easy, so I'm going to grasp more of my band. I'm going to pull till I'm touching my décolleté. My wrists are long. Exhale, and the front pull down is safer. I know you've seen people do the back one where they're pulling hard on a lap bar at the gym. This one's safer for the shoulder. So what we try to do is high benefit, low risk movements. This helps that rotator cuff stay less likely to get crushed between the arm bone and the clavicle. That's what we want to do. We want high benefit, low risk. So both arms are equally going away. Chest, you touch the chest with your band, you return with control. Neck is clear. All right, exhale. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And just for kicks and giggles, stay low here and add a little pulse for 10. 10, 9, good, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it out. Very good. Now we're gonna put our legs ahead of us. So sit on your booty again. And you're gonna put your knees long, maybe just a slight knee bend for the low back to be able to articulate well, because we're gonna roll back. So I've got the band around the feet. Let me show that better. Bend around the feet. You're gonna roll back, ab crunching. So pull your belly in. Now this is the upright row. You're gonna bend your elbows by your side, and then Michelle, just sort of like adjust your wrist till it feels comfortable. Your wrists are comfortable. Your shoulders and your biceps are working. Your abs are now working. So you see how I changed this. Exhale, you can go lower. If you need a little less, you can go higher. Elbows are by your side. I'm gonna turn so you can see me more this way. Now I'm working the belly. Every time I exhale, I'm pulling the belly in. I can look down and see that it goes inward and it doesn't pooch vertically. Elbows high, wrist comfortable. Good, and your neck's comfortable, but it may have a little bit of tone. Okay, 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more, and gently come back up. Stay tall, open up. So I'm doing this second set of rear fly because it's so important for the day. Most of the day we're forward and our front muscles get more toned and drawn forward. So I'm doing this a second set on purpose. It's just a little lower than your shoulder height. Your elbows have a bit of softness, almost like you're hugging a tree, a big tree, a big oak. 5, 4, big angel oak. 3, 2, and 1. Take a breather. Perfect. Let's take a stretch, and look how my legs are double triangles. This is called Mermaid. Let me tip you up. And then take your right hand to your left knee. You see how I'm across the body. Now inhale the left arm up like someone's pulling your spine out of your pelvis and over. This is the Mermaid. This is a terrific lat stretch, which is the biggest muscle in the back. This is a terrific shoulder stretch. Feel the muscles between the rib cage open. And if you rotate up a little, that's more external obliques. If you've been having upper back posture issues, like you feel rounded lately, that's going to help with that. Breathe here. I'm sending the breath to the tight areas to help them release. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, gently rotate down. It's almost like you're trying to look at your foot. That's going to be more access on the QL, which is a nemesis back pain muscle from the rib to the pelvis. Act like I'm pulling your arm and I'm in a physical class with you, pulling your arm while you anchor down through your left pelvis. Breathe into that low back. You guys look fabulous. They definitely gotten more flexible. All right, this arm that's in the air, take it behind and add rotation. With the rotation, you're telling your upper back, primarily it's focused on exhale rotating. Your inhale lengthens you like a golden thread's attached to your crown. Your exhale rotates you. Your jawline's parallel to the floor. This is one of the secret sauce exercises for preventing upper back roundedness. Every time you walk, you ask your back to rotate. A healthy back rotates every time you walk, a healthy gait. And if it doesn't have that mobility, that flexibility, it starts getting upper back roundedness. All right, take an inhale. Ooh, that was great. Let's take those legs the other. Now, double triangle. This hand goes here. This arm goes up and over. And see if do you feel a difference. And you just notice, you observe, you watch, you don't ever judge yourself. But if you feel a difference, you can stay there another breath, even during class. Like, I want you to be able to take care of you. That's it, Michelle. It gets confusing on the rights and the lefts, but what this hand does is help you keep your pelvis anchored so you don't feel like you're flipping over. Act like I'm pulling your arm, rotate up towards the sky. If you want to look up, you can, but if that strains your neck at all, just gently tuck the chin like there's a grapefruit underneath it. Breathe into the part that you're stretching. So for me, that rib cage up on the high part is where I'm getting more stretch. Your body may be different. You may be feeling shoulders. Now inhale, rotate down. Now that's generally more low back, but your shoulder is also getting it. So all these are so good for shoulder mobility. So we can avoid adhesive capsulitis, which some people get, a frozen shoulder with hormonal changes. Women especially are vulnerable to that. Take another inhale, breathe, 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 and then exhale. Let's take that fingertips behind you. Notice how you lifted naturally and then you rotated. Exhale, rotate. Exhale, rotate. Exhale, rotate. You notice it's like you're cleaning up a wash rag and you put a lot of fresh water in it. That's the inhale. And then the exhale, the image is that you're wringing out the wash rag and you see the impurities come out of the wash rag. That's what you're doing with your back. You inhale, lengthen it, fill it with fresh air, and you exhale, micro rotations. You never force it, you just allow it to open. 4, 3, 2, inhale, and on your exhale, gently come back. We're going to go right down the middle. This is called a counter pose, inner thighs. We've wakened the inner thighs, so you may find you can go a little bit deeper. It's going to feel so good. Let your neck soften. Let your shoulders soften. That's going to feel amazing. I love it. That a girl, Jean. The way you get up on your sit bones always helps a little bit. So hold here. Now your attention is on your inner thighs, letting go. Your exhale relaxes you. Your eyes are soft. Your jaw is soft. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and then we're going to take another inhale and come back up. Perfect. Let's get those. I'm going to get the band out for just a moment, and if you need a sip, grab it. I'm going to get the foam roller. So if you'd like the foam roller to add on to this work, please grab it. You can do this without the foam roller. I just love to add that extra stimulus in our training class. Grab a sip. The coffee's too good to pass up. Elbows long on top of that foam roller. They're wide, the arms are wide. This is thoracic extension. You're going to take an inhale. I like to put the pinky side of my forearm down towards the roller because that's going to tell our shoulder blade stabilizers to fire. There's a neurological association with the pinky side to the lower shoulder blade muscle. It's called the serratus anterior. So even if you don't know that, or what you do just by telling your brain, you just press that pinky side of your hand and it tells your brain what to do. It's easier to keep the shoulder blades down the back by pressing that pinky side of your forearm down and giving it some sensation. Inhale up. So we just use little tricks and tools to help our body be in the right place, the bones to be in the right place, and lower and lift. you have a little energy in your hamstrings and your glutes without over contracting the glutes. Now, the next time you're up, find a place that you can hold for about 10. Now we're working on endurance, which is what these muscles do. They help keep our spine upright during the day. 9, 8, you're also feeling your triceps, the back of the arm, and the lats, the big back muscles. 7, 6, let the inhale rise you up higher. 5, inhales facilitate extension. 4, 3, 2, you guys look great. Exhale, lower. We're going to do that again. We're building endurance. So that's what your muscles do all day long. That's why it's hard to sit up straight at the end of the day. So we're building endurance. Lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, pressing. Good. 6, maybe chin tuck just a little bit and see if that's more. Yeah, that looks good. 5, that looks good. 4, so there's no tension. 3, 2, lower down. I know it's hard, but we're going to go for one more set of 10. If you need to, do it shorter. Otherwise, give it your best. Up, inhale. 10, breathing. You have no tension in your neck. 9, 8, 7, 6, belly lifts like a piece of ice is underneath it. 4, 3, you're doing so good. 2, exhale, relax into your child's pose. You can push your hips back to your heels. If your knees don't like that, you can also just leave your booty in the air. Relax. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do one more set of those with some rotations. So get your legs out long. Take your elbows out long on the roller. Inhale, lift up, and then pause. You can stay here or you can take your hand back, touch that hamstring. It's toned. Now the other hand touches the other hamstring. A little bit of a turn in your upper back, not your legs. Your legs are anchored. And you're going to feel the one arm that's on the foam roller having to work a little harder. 4, the tricep and the lat. 3, 2, 1, both arms on the roller, hold up. 5, 4, yep, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, child's pose. Let's push back. Hips go back to your booty. If you want to stretch out your feet, with the change of weather, we often change shoes, and like we were talking about yesterday, and the feet have to adapt. So you can pull the toes under and you're going to feel the foot stretch. Heels are straight up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Now I'm going to put the roller on the other side. So we're going to put the roller on this side of our body. And if you want to sit, grab it here. So in between sets of exercises. Perfect. Okay, your elbows are on the mat. Your elbows are very strong on the mat, so you have good shoulder blade stabilization. Holding a plank, just hold for 10. You notice that when your shins are on the foam roller, you have more active upper body. The legs are higher now, and it's more in the upper body. And just take 4 more, 3 more, 2, and then turn on your side. We're going to do one static side plank. With the foam roller, you have a little bit more weight in your upper body. 10, 9, 8. Beautiful. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now this elbow comes down. Just take a side plank on the other. Hold that arm up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we did it. Okay, now the next is going to be dynamic. I always like to establish that static plank to make sure everything's firing well before we add on a harder component. So if you need a backup plan, go back to static, which is a still plank. Come to your elbows. Now what we'll do, toe in, kind of like you're pigeon-toed. Put the roller a little closer to your high shin or knee, but not on the knee. Bend your knees underneath you like you're a little inchworm, and then extend your knees. Now bend your knees and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend. 4, 3, 2, recover. I'm actually going to recover with the child's pose and the foam roller under my shins. That's going to decompress our back a little bit more, our booty's higher. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, let's go back to the elbows. Now this is going to be a flamingo, sorry, it's like flamingo, but it's a inchworm on the diagonal, kind of like skiing moguls. So you're going to turn your knees a little left and in. Now extend out plank. Now turn your knees so that you're heading right. Extend plank. Exhale. Exhale. This is corner to corner. You can feel more obliques here. And then take 4 more. And take 3 more. And take 2 more. And take 1 more and pause. I'm going to take a child's pose with the butte in the air. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Now on your exhale, we're going to go back to that position. This one's called the pike. Your knees are going to be long. Toe in, forearms strong. Lift up your hips. You see how I'm piking? Good, Michelle. And try to keep the knees long. It's not that it's wrong, it's just that it's going to make it harder. We've got different abdominals working here. Toes, pull in. Your upper body is still working because our forearms are down. We're lifting up our hips. All the muscles around the shoulder blade stabilizers are working. And you have to adjust the roller a little bit every now and then. That's okay. 3 more. 3. Exhale, scoop the abs. 2. Exhale. 1 and recover. Woo! Let's grab a sip, shall we? And I'll tell you about the next one. It's going to be that same pike, but it's going to be to the corner. But let's grab a sip because these abs are hard on the roller. Now on the next one, you're going to lift your hips, but it's going to kind of go to a corner and then the other corner. So let your elbows down. Now inhale. As you exhale, lift your hips to a corner. Come down plank. Lift your hips to a corner. Corner. Now that's some obliques. That's some rectus abdominis, the main abs that run down the middle of the washboard. Lift. All right, hips lift. 4. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 2. And 1 and recover. Rest. Very good. I know, Jean, aren't these hard? And just take a breather. We're going to do one called 4 points of light, and then we're going to mix it up. So with 4 points of light, you start in a plank, you bend your knees and pause. Now you pivot left. Yep, and then you go center. Now you pivot right, center, and extend your knees. Bend your knees, pivot right, pivot left, and then go straight. Bend your knees, pivot left, pivot right, extend your knees, bend your knees, pivot right, pivot left, recover. We did 4 points of light 4 times. 4, 4. Bend your elbows and stretch out your triceps a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. We're going to do one side plank with our little foam roller. Elbow on the mat, hand behind your head, lift up. Good. We're going to add a rotation here once and then a hip lift. A rotation and a hip lift. Rotation, hip lift. 2 more of these. Rotation, hip lift. It's a little harder on the roller. Rotation, hip lift, other side. Roller, elbow. All right, here we go. Rotation, hip lift, rotation, hip lift, rotation, hip lift, rotation, hip lift, working those obliques, rotation, hip lift, pause. Okay, now this one is a reverse plank. I'm going to show you, like Michelle, if your wrists don't like it, just go up like this as a modification. Or if you can bend your knees is another way, or lift. So yeah, let's just all go whenever, do your, now you're up for Michelle for 10, Betty, you're up for 10, so you two, Jean, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Very good. All right, come down, feet on top, but let's take 10 seconds to get there. 9, 8, 7. Yeah, there you go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Okay, stay up. Hold here. Yeah, if you want to add on, push your roller away and in. 10. Otherwise, like Jean, you could go up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give a couple of things we can do. The first is, Jean, you'll probably like this one because you don't have the foam roller, but just take a hamstring stretch with your leg across. Girls, if you want to roll out your IT band, it is, if you have the roller, it is sideways. And that is a nemesis for hip pain and knee pain. So you are getting an area that when it's tight, it can create arthrogenic symptoms. It can feel like you have arthritis, and it's really just the fascia. So you're rolling from your hip down towards your knee, but not on the knee. Jean, you're looking good. If you want to pull your toes back, that adds more. Yep, that adds more stretch. And yeah, cross that midline. You don't have to. I just wanted to offer it. And otherwise, if you're rolling out your feet, your leg, not on the knee, but towards the knee. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna switch it up. So Jean, if you want to take your other leg, girls, if you want to put your foam roller sideways, horizontal. The other leg is a way to monitor intensity, because if you push this foot into the floor, it takes some of your body weight off of the foam roller. If you want it harder, like today, I'm feeling good, not much tension, so I can do double feet up, but most of us are going to be foot here, especially if you have a black one. The blue one's medium or medium firm. See how you can deviate the rotation? When you rotate down, there's a muscle called the tensor fascia lata, and that is like a front hip. That one tends to be tight, so. And 10. And 9. Woo! So a little more forward, I can feel that. So see what you find. Let's 10. Starting over. 9. 8. And usually one leg maybe, or often one leg may be tighter. My left one is a little tighter. It's functionally a little shorter, so I can usually feel like I need more time on it. If you find something like that out, spend more time on it. 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. All right, now, Jean, you can do a bridge with your feet on the block and lift up your back, and that's going to strengthen your back. If you have a foam roller, you can put the roller underneath your upper back and kind of lift up your booty and roll out. Nice, Jean. And Jean, if you want to interlace your fingers underneath your back, you can, or if you want to put them overhead, you can choose a work that's good for you. And if you're rolling out your upper back with the foam roller, you can flex like you're doing an ab crunch. You can extend and or just kind of deviate left or deviate right. And back and forth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Perfect. Jean, if you want to take a side stretch, you can sit like this and take a side stretch. If you have your foam roller, you're going to roll out that area right here. So if you have a foam roller, you roll out that part of your side. And that's it, Jean. And if you want, you can put your hand to your knee to help, but it's up to you, or you can rotate. If you have the foam roller, you can also rotate. So it's very similar, but you are basically trying to get different areas of your shoulders, your back. This muscle that we're getting, girls, with the foam roller is the same thing. It's the back is accessible here, the lat, and the shoulders. So yeah, just breathe. If you want to rotate, either all of us can rotate, and find out what's tight for you. Breathe. Yep, you got a hot spot. And if you need to, you just sink into it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale. We're going to do the other side. So you hit it, Jean, you just switch arms. Breathe. And kind of rolling. Again, rotation. Good. This is so good. You know, I know everyone knows people with shoulder tightness and shoulder issues, and then most of our activities are forward, right? Most of our activities are forward, so they're just gonna have a tendency towards being tight in the front, drawing us more forward where our eyes are, where our tasks are. But it's so nice to be able to get ahead of that and have open shoulders. Back, shoulders, back. Good. Rolling. 10. You feel that? Different areas. Now, so mine are actually more in the back where they're tight. 8. It'd be interesting to see what you see. 6, 5, 4. Good. I like the way you hit the areas again if you need to. 3, 2, and then 1. Okay. Jean, the stretch is quad stretch. Ours is quad roll. So quad stretch or quad roll. And all this is really good for the knees. So if you've ever had tight knees, all this is good. So generally, and so what we're doing with this, yeah, you can do a quad stretch or you can do a quad roll. If you bend your knees, it's more weight. If you lengthen them. But the quads, the hamstrings, the IT band, and the calves are generally the top 4 muscles. When they're tight, that it'll affect the knees and make them feel tight. So we're hitting those areas. And if you want to turn out like your Charlie Chaplin, if you want to toe in like your pigeon-toed, good. And then girls that are stretching, you can do the other side. Good. And then that's a girl. Very good. Nice, Betty. You can feel how you change it by toeing in, by toeing out, or by bending, or by both, kind of like bending and pumping. And 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. Perfect. I like it. And then let's take an inner thigh stretch. Let me show you what you can do. You can do bound angle. Betty, Michelle, or whoever has a roller and wants to. You take left leg plank, right leg in a froggy, and you roll up the inner thigh. So Jean, you're good. You do got an inner thigh stretch. if you want to roll out your inner thigh, you go from the pelvis towards the knee. Yep. Your back leg, your left knee is off the ground in a plank. Lift your left knee, and it'll be more weight on that inner. Yep, there you go. 10, 9, 8, 7. This is another muscle that can influence knee health. Oop, there's mine right there. I didn't have a tight spot till there. Most people's is towards the pelvis. Ooh, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Jean, if you need another stretch, you can stretch your legs out wide and go down the middle, or you can stick with that angle. So either one. Yeah, inner thighs. If you want another stretch, you got it. Whoops, yep. Turned on my light. Okay, your right knee is off the ground if you're doing the roll, and your left inner thigh is getting the massage. And going to your pelvis, lifting up through that right leg. And good, you're pushing more into that foam roller if you need more. Right leg off the floor, right knee off the floor. 10. Oh, right near the knee is where I feel it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the 1. All right, the possibilities are hip stretch or hip roll. Yep. And Jean, if you want to pull in, that's it. Your ankle to thigh, and you're rolling out that hip. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch it up if you're in the stretch or if you're in the roller. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Ooh, let's do that a little bit longer. I found a tight spot. 5, 4. Sometimes you can even get the edge of the foam roller. So if you're like, or a lacrosse ball, but you can get the edge of it and get a little more acuity. Inhale. And that would make sense that my left hip's tighter because that's that leg that's just a tiny bit shorter. So those muscles are, if I release them, less likely to influence me. Oh, found a tight spot, girls. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, now we're gonna just have a lot of fun with whatever kind of restful posture you need. If you want to put your legs up on the wall, you can. If you want to lie flat, because we have the foam roller in this class, I'm going to put us on another option is just to lie on it. This is such a great passive release. I'm also going to add on the knees wide, like a bound angle. Now you could do this on the ground too. Yeah, relax here. Whew, and relax. All right, now just imagine you're on a cloud. And you are the cloud. And your breath just gently inflates the cloud and releases the cloud. Just letting go. Observing the breath, like the breath is breathing you. You're in a peaceful place with pure healing and pure wellness. Notice how you feel in a state of peace. And keep that state of peace as you come up towards a seated position and lift up through your spine. And then just take the hands to your heart, palms over each other. Now, the 3 breaths that we're going to take together are going to go to your heart field. Inhale through your nose and imagine that heart field expanding beyond your body in all dimensions. And just exhale any worry about the past, any rerunning of information, just let it go. Take an inhale and expand that heart field 3-dimensionally. It's expanding in all directions, turning on the senses to all the appreciations around us. And as you exhale, release any worry about the future. We're going to give ourselves permission just to be here now. Inhale through the nose and expand that heart field 3-dimensionally. This is going to open up the receptivity for the eyes to see all our appreciations, the ears to hear all our appreciations, the smells, all the feels, everything we have around us. We have so much to be appreciative of. And then release, so that what you've done is just release your blocks, you've released your resistance, and you're in a pure state of receptivity, connecting to your inner harmony. So whenever you're ready, let your eyes open, and may you receive all the appreciations and see them all today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you feel great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.